Yes, yes, the Mank Ninja. Yes, yes, the Elder. Yes, yes, Triple Neat. Hang on. I hope this stream cheers me up. Just sad today, Punny. We're gonna have a good stream, man. Dial yourself in, yeah? I see some smile on that face, Bray. Big up to Sackwick, Pardo Oaks, Stacey, Ollie Smith, and Marsh Boy. Big up to Kima Rice. Kima Rice, man. It is nice though, to be fair. Kima Rice, if you ever had it, Kima Rice, it's good, man. Guys, it's a big stream. Manchester City have agreed a deal to sign Savio from CFG Club. Well, let's get rid of that, man. It's burning my head, that, to be honest. It's too early. It's too early for that. It's too early for that. Big up to Kima Rice. Fucking hell. Big up to Kima Reece, not Kima Rice. Big up to AD. Enjoy birthday with City win. Big up to you. Happy birthday, bro. Savio Doku next year. Spade Dust says last night started off bad but ended up great, says Spade Dust. Big up to Elder, says Pep will break Fergie's record. Douglas Wright says good morning, Blues. Pardo says would rather have Gutierrez from Girona. Gutierrez is a good player as well. Gutierrez is a good player, absolutely. Okay, so obviously this news broke last night. We did speak about it a little bit last night in the watch along, but honestly, so much was going on yesterday that we didn't really manage to properly dial in on this. So a deal has been agreed between Manchester City and CFG Club Troyes, otherwise known as Troyes, because of course, whilst Savio is at Girona, he's only on loan at Girona. He actually is owned by CFG Club Troyes. Documents to be signed in the next few days. Despite bids from German and English teams, Savio's going to join Manchester City. He's now focused on Manchester City. He's focused on Girona till the end of the season in the best way, trying to get them to achieve their goals. Now, this is where it gets quite interesting because there's a lot of debate between City fans online, and I've seen some people in the comments yesterday about, is he going to be a Manchester City player next year, or are we buying him to loan him out? Now, I don't think we're buying him to loan him out. I think we're buying him and we're going to keep him around the squad for at least 1 year. But there are some people who think that we might just buy him and loan him back to Girona to make because we believe that in a few years he's going to be good, and then obviously you're not spending as much money if you buy him now compared to if you buy him in a few years' time. But I don't think that's going to be the situation. I do genuinely think we are buying him for the here and now, not for in future years. Go and look at how many quote tweets there are. What do you mean? Review quotes. Spare a thought for fans of Troyes, Savio's parent club, not Girona. Your club's record signing never plays for you. Instead, stars elsewhere in the ownership group. Meanwhile, your club is in dangerous successive relegations. Fans are powerless. Their club is now just a pawn. What's he talking about? That sounds a bit like waffle to me. Rivals are mad because we're recalling one of our loan players. There you go. Lee Gunner spoke on this, by the way. And obviously, Lee watches a lot of La Liga. He watches a lot of Girona. He said, quality player, mad direct, and can actually cross a fucking ball. As soon as they get Yankuso back from his loan, it's over. He's the real deal already. Mad rapid, elite level IQ, and already cross the ball better than 99% of the bums posing as footballers. So Lee thinks it's a good signing. Told me he's in there as well. Man City negotiating the deal with Girona. masterclass by the Shape Mansour family, especially Karl doing. They've built a whole empire. Deep It Man Twa is 100% owned by him, and Girona 50%. They're investing and building talents all across Europe. Nothing illegal, law, just some notes. Blueprint is there from Faisal. Big up Faisal. A classic bit of multi-club nimble footwork, this. Savio was signed by City Football Group Twa. Their record signing, in fact, but he's never played for them. Loaned immediately to City Football Group's Girona, and now he's been sold to City's Football Group's Manchester City. Okay. So what? Never heard of him, says Stoney. You just copied the tweet, bro. Buying and selling to themselves. That's the salt is real. Fabrizio got community noted. What? What did he get community noted for? There's no community note there. There's no community note there at all. Yeah, so listen, a lot of people losing a shit about it, but it is what it is. Yeah, we've signed him, and listen, I've seen him a few times, obviously, from doing the Girona watch-alongs and that. Seen him a couple of times. To me, personally, I think he's a good player. I don't know how good he's going to be because he's still very young and I've only seen him a few times. Does he look good enough for Manchester City? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Put it this way, I was more excited for Doku than I was Savio. Yeah, I thought Savio looked better from what I've seen, and I only seen Doku once, to be fair. I've seen Savio a couple more times, but he does look a decent player. Obviously, Lee's seen him a lot. Lee Gunner's seen him a lot, and Lee said he's a good player in that, and that, like, obviously he's rating him. He said he's a direct player, can cross a ball. He's so young, though. He's so young. He's only 19. He'll be 20 in April. So he's extremely young. But listen, he's doing a job at the moment at Girona. I'm going to go through his stats in a minute. But he's doing a job at Girona. He's doing well. Obviously, they're second in the division. So, yeah, he's crossing his grade. He's used to playing with big strikers. Yeah, that's facts. That Dov kick. Do you know what I mean? So let's have a look at his stats and that. Let's go through his transfer mark page here, guys. Yeah. So here you go. Oh, he's won some trophies as well. What's he won? All right, okay. So he's won the Dutch Cup with PSV, the Dutch Super Cup winner with PSV. He's won the Brazilian Championship with Club Atlético Mineiro, the Brazilian Cup with the same club, and then he won the Under-20 South American Championship with Brazil. So this is his situation. As you can see, he's only 19 years old. Let's zoom in just a tad. There you go. 30 million quid is his transfer marked estimated value, and he's got a contract until 2024. But that's a loan. That's why it's so young. This is his heat map, not heat map stats. 27 games in all competitions, 7 goals, 7 assists, with 5 goals, 7 assists coming in La Liga. So I mean, they're decent numbers. They're decent numbers. If you do all comps, numbers by minutes, is 148 goals, 148 minutes per goal or an assist. If you do La Liga only, you get 152 minutes per goal or an assist by La Liga only. So they're decent numbers, especially for someone so young. And obviously, if he comes to Manchester City, he's going to be playing with better players. Now, will teams be as open and expansive against City as they are against Girona, therefore making it more difficult for him potentially? But I think the foundation is there that it looks quite good, and there's obviously it's promising signs. Does he do anything against the big clubs? Nothing there against Madrid. What about Barca? Got an assist against Barcelona. Watch that game. That was a great game. Atletico Madrid, he got a goal, 2 assists against Seville. Okay, so I mean, like, he's doing all right there against some of the big teams there as well. That's not too bad. And of course, it is Girona versus Real Madrid this weekend, by the way. So 100% we'll be doing a live watch along for that on Saturday. Make sure you join me for that 5:30 UK time. We'll defo get on a Savio watch along. And by the way, guys, please make sure you subscribe to this channel because this is more LB. This is the second channel, and a lot of people are not subscribed to this one. Please make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button as well. We've only got 44 likes. Let's get those likes up. I'm going to have a look at his previous years, see what he done last year. So last year, he was at PSV. Struggled for minutes. But of course, he would have been 18. So when you look at these numbers here now on the screen and look at the minutes played, look at the goals, look at the assists and go, oh, that's not great. Consider the fact that he was only 18. Yeah? He's only 18 in this year. So you got 2 goals, 4 assists. But again, if you actually look at the minutes, it's not too bad. 723 minutes played in all competitions, divided by 6. That's 120 minutes per goal or an assist. That's really good. And I know it's a small sample size before anyone starts saying it in the chat, said, oh, he only played 700 minutes. I get that. It's only a small sample size. But you can only go off what he did. And the facts are the facts. He got 120 minutes per goal or an assist last year as well, despite not playing too much. Let's go back the previous year as well. Yeah, so here you go. So, yeah, this is when he was back in Brazil. Again, hardly played, 400 minutes, 2 goals in 400 minutes. But, you know, what can you do? You know what I mean? What can you do with, obviously, this time he's 17. He's 17 here, so you can't really do too much. I want to have a look at his play, like what positions he plays as well. If we load up all his games, it'll tell us here. Right, okay, so you see this on the right-hand side here, guys? Yeah? In fact, I might be able to, if I zoom in. No, that's definitely not worked. Right, okay, so you see this on the right side. So he's played 33 times as a left winger, 30 times as a right winger, 5 times as an attacking mid, and a couple of times as a centre forward there. So he looks, based off the stats, which obviously don't always tell the full story, you do have to use the eye test as well. It looks like he's more prolific off the left-hand side, both in goals and assists. But he can obviously play on the right as well. So the stats tell me that he's a left winger. But he looks like he can play on the right if we need him to as well. And of course, he can play in the middle, as you can see here. He's done that a few times as well. So, I mean, listen, this deal makes sense. It makes sense on so many different levels. One, the guy's absolutely begging the move. Well, he's got his wish, yeah. Because I won't be able to find the quotes, right? But I need to start using the bookmark feature on Twitter. But he's been begging for City for like 6 months. He's been saying, I want City, I want City, I want City. He's at a CFG club. That makes the deal easier to do. You know what I mean? You're negotiating with friends. Let's just put it that way. And he can play in a multiple positions, which Pep Guardiola likes. Pep Guardiola likes players who can play in multiple areas of the football pitch rather than someone that is limited to one position. Now, he will go for that on some players, but if you can have players who can play in different areas, yeah, that's better for Pep Guardiola because it's more fluid. And it means that the squad can be smaller. Because if you only have players that can play in one position, you need more players because they're not flexible. Well, if you get players that are flexible, you can have a shrink squad like we've had over the last few years because you don't need as many players because you can move players all over the gaff. Like with Doku, Bernardo Silva, Foden, for example. Foden can play in left wing, right wing, false 9, left 8, right 8. He can play in 5 positions. Yeah. So you can have less players, which Pep Guardiola likes, having a smaller squad. Is he explosive like Doku? I wouldn't say he's. I don't think he's as explosive as Doku. My mate before was saying, who would you compare him to? And I said, I don't know. I don't know who I would compare him to. I don't know. Now, I've only seen him like 4 or 5 times, but like with Doku, when I watched Doku, I was like, yeah, Doku's like a Sterling regen. And everyone was like, nah, he's like Sane. I was like, no, I don't think he is like Sane. I think he's like Sterling. And I think he'll wind people up like Sterling. When Savio's there, and I'm watching Savio, I don't know who he reminds me of. Feel free, by the way, in the chat now to give me some suggestions about who he reminds you of. If he reminds you of certain players. Martinelli? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Savio says he reminds him of Sane. I just don't know. I just don't know if he reminds me of anyone. I don't know if he's. I don't know if he reminds me of anyone. To be honest with you. Do you know what I mean? Martinelli. A couple of people in the chat saying Martinelli. Elder saying Sane. Should you have a look at his Instagram? Come on. Let's check out his Instagram. Follow him. There we go. Right, 305. Should we message him? I'll message him later. Right, 305,000 followers. Big up to Savio, making it big. Who are these people? I think he must be like a. Oh, who follows him? Nico O'Reilly follows him. Fabrizio and City Extra follow him. Come on. Oh, who's this guy? Santrex. Oh, it's all City, man. It's all City in the comments. It's all City in the comments, guys. What's this? Under 23 player of the month. Oh, what's going on here? The hell? What's going on? There we go. Oh, what's going on, man? Team of the week. You got team of the week. There you go. If anyone plays FIFA. See translation. What's he saying here? Accepting defeat is a humble gesture. It's knowing you weren't good enough at one point. Now, never settle because new battles will come and you should be better and prepared to win. Proud to be part of this team, says Savio. W mentality there, guys. Yeah, W mentality, I've got to say. Listen, I like this deal. I do. We need a winger, especially if Bernardo Silva leaves, and he can play both sides. Exciting player, young. The fees are madness. Because Craig Partytime in the comments yesterday said it's £14 million, but then some people are like, no, it's 30 million, 40 million. So I don't know what's going on there with the fee. Is it 14 million? Because if it's 14 million, then that is a joke price. That is a joke price. Really is. Honestly. Reminds you of Nasri, says Hutchie. I don't know. We need Brazilians alongside Paqueta. Do you think this is the start of our Brazilian revolution? Yeah, a little samba in that. Could do with a bit of samba. Could do with a bit of sexy football at Man City, couldn't we? I mean, LB, you think we should go after Paqueta or not? I'd like Paqueta. I think Paqueta's mad. I think he's a great player. I'd take him all day long. But I don't think we are. All the rumours have gone dead on him. So I don't think we are. Rumoured is 30 to 40. Yeah, it's weird, man. It's a weird one. Yes, Wolves. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. You're looking decent now. Cunha knows where the back of the net is. Let's assemble the Brazilian national team. Couto as well. Well, this is the thing. Yan Couto is also at Girona, but Yan Couto is Manchester City's player. He officially plays for Manchester City. He's on loan. So we wouldn't need to buy Yan Couto. We wouldn't need to pay him because he's actually Man City's player anyway, where Savio's not City's player. You know what I mean? So that's going to be an interesting one to see if we bring Yan Couto back. The Brazilians, yeah, they are saying Yan Couto at Girona is like the next big talent. Like they reckon he's like the next Cafu, Roberto Carlos, Dani Alves type situation. The question about Yan Couto, and I don't know, you might be better asking Lee because he watches more than me. Can he defend? Because if he can't defend, he's not going to get away with playing in the Premier League, man. You just won't get away with it. You just won't. So that's what you need to find out. Can he actually defend? Our team is just Portugal, ex-Brazil at the moment. I know, man. We need to learn Portuguese, innit? We need to learn Portuguese. English to Portuguese translation. Yeah? If we go like, hello, Savio. Welcome to Manchester City. Hola, Savio. Benvido ao Manchester City. There we go. Pep's game style involving in front of us. Well, you know what's funny, yeah, is do you remember last season in the summer, right? So not this summer just gone, the summer before. And I remember doing streams, right, and saying, we need another winger. We need a pacey winger. I remember saying that, yeah. And then it come out, we didn't sign one. And then Pep Guardiola come out and said, oh, I'm done. I'm kind of done. I'm kind of done with pacey wingers. I want like ball retention players. And I was like, damn. Then in the summer, he got rid of Mahrez and we got Doku and now he's signing Savio. So you might be right, Hutchie. Pep's game is evolving. And this is the thing about Pep Guardiola that I think is really, 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 really underrated and that people don't give him credit for. He evolves the team all the time. He doesn't play the same way that he played in the first year at Manchester City. And this year, we're not playing the same way that we played last year. He's constantly evolving. He's constantly changing style of play, tactics, personnel, system, pressing, defense, everything he changes. And I think it goes underrated because what it means is it means he can build multiple teams and multiple styles. Karl says Couto likely to get a new deal as well. Red Riai says Pep changing his philosophy every time we win a trophy. AFC Nathan, big up to you, bro. Says, good morning, LB, bro. Big up to you, man. Can Walker defend? I rest my case. Walker can defend. 100%. He's one of the best defenders in the world at that situation. Karl Kunto gives Cancelo vibes. We'll have to see. I don't know. I don't know if he's good enough at defending. I don't know. This is the question that I'm asking. We'll have to wait and see. Kuto can do the Walker role, but Kuto can actually cross a ball. Well, yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Obviously, the current system, you'd rather have Yan Kuto than Walker, I imagine. But if you go back to either have Walker than Yan Kuto, so I don't know. It all depends on what Pep Guardiola's going to do. The one thing that I would say is you've got Walker there. He's got a contract. You've got a Kanji who can play right back as well. So, and of course, Walker's getting to that age now where he's going to have to accept that his game time is going to be on the decline because he's 33. So he's going to be on the decline now. So I would bring Yan Kuto back next season and just tell Yan Kuto and Walker that, listen, you two are going to be fighting out the positions between yourselves, depending on the game you'll play. Like, for example, right, if we're playing Sheffield United at home, who would you rather play, Yan Kuto or Walker? Yan Kuto, isn't it? Every single day of the week. Well, if you're playing Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, you're probably going to go Kyle Walker. So, I just bring them both in and I just say, listen, you're both going to get game time. You're going to play these type of games. You're going to play that type of games. And it is what it is. We're going to win loads of trophies. Everything's going to be buzzing. That's what I would say. Pepe's just one step ahead of everyone else. They just follow. Yeah, man. Like Ange, innit? Just copying Pep, mate. Just copying Pep, mate. Who's this Portuguese guy? Just LB, mate, says Benny. Don't forget about Bob. Yeah, exactly. Oscar Bob is still there. I think this tells me that Bernardo Silva is definitely gone this year. Because if we're signing Savio, we've still got Oscar Bob. You got Doku and Grealish. I think this is honestly I know we've been saying this for the last 5 years, yeah, but I do genuinely think this is the year that Bernardo Silva leaves Manchester City, which I'm gutted about, by the way, but I just think it's true. Douglas says, spot on. Pep is always adapting. Wolf says, can City draw Anfield and win in remaining 15 games? Title is secured. After that, there's nothing what Poole and Arsenal can do. Facts. For me, bro, we got to win our next five or six Premier League games. Yeah, I think it's 6. We've got 6 more Premier League games before we play Liverpool, and they're all winnable. They're all winnable. Win them all, and I think we'll win the league. I want to go to Anfield, ideally, with being able to lose the game and still be top of the table, because we don't have a great record at Anfield. So if we can get 3 points ahead of Liverpool with a superior goal difference, allowing us to go there, lose, and still be top, that's ideal. That's ideal. 55 says, if we don't keep Kuto, questions need to be asked about the recruitment, says 55. Well, listen, I don't know. Again, like I say, for me, you probably need another right back anyway in the next years. And you've got one of the best attacking right backs in world football. Not even up and coming. Like right now. Right now, he's one of the best right backs. I mean, I'll bring up his stats. I'll bring up Yan Kuto's stats. There you go. Let me bring it up on screen so you can see. This is Yan Kuto's stats, guys. Well, actually, this isn't his stats. This is his player profile. I'll get his stats up in a minute. So he's 21. He'll be 22 in the summer. So he's getting to that age now where he's like 22. He's not a kid anymore. Do you know what I mean? He can play first team football. He's pretty small. We know that. Let's have a look what he's done this year. Look at that, guy. 7 assists, man. 7 assists and a goal. Yeah, that is a joke. That's a joke. I mean, if you do that by minutes, it's 178 minutes per goal or assist for a right back. That's a joke, man. There are players who play in midfield who are wingers, who are strikers, who are creative midfielders, who have a worse minutes per goal ratio or goals and assist ratio per 90 minutes than Yan Kuto. The guy's frying it, man. Absolutely frying it. Unbelievable. So I agree. I think we should bring him back, man. At least give him a go. At least give him a go. And give him a go next year. Because if you give him a go next year, yeah, 55, and it doesn't work, you've still got Walker there for that next year. And then in the summer of next year, so the summer of 2025, then you can go, right, Yan Kuto clearly ain't good enough. You can sell him, loan him, do whatever. Walker's 34, 35, he's leaving. Boom, we'll go and buy a right back. Yeah? But I think you got to give him a go. Couple people asking about Rico. I don't think Rico Lewis is a right back. I don't think he's a right back. I really don't. I don't think he's a right back, man. I think he's a midfielder. So that's my point. I don't think he's a right back. I really don't. I'm putting him in the midfield squad. Yes, Bray. What if Grealish moved to midfield? That ain't ever going to happen. I just don't see that happening, bro. He's been here 2.5 years and he's played there, what, like, for 150 minutes? I know a lot of people do want to see Grealish in the midfield. I just do not see that happening. Bernardo can go help carry Barcelona with Gundogan, says Itchy Go. Savio is a baller, brilliant bit of business. It is a brilliant bit of business. Last time he said that, we drew 2-2 to Palace, says Zeno. Jeez, did I say that? Pain. Couto and Cambiasso are my two favourite right-backs, LB, says Itchy Go. If you want to laugh, watch some of Sam's watch-along to our game yesterday. Never seen someone so salty in all my life. Beautiful to watch. I know, bro. He's a salty guy. He's salty. What you got to realise with Hussam, yeah, is, listen, his best period for Liverpool in the Premier League was under Klopp. And they won one Prem. Why? Because Manchester City ruined it for him. That's why he's salty. That's why he's salty. Liverpool should have won more Prems. They should have won 2, 3, maybe even 4 Premier Leagues. Under normal circumstances, they would. Problem is for them, Manchester City have just been better. Hence why a lot of their fans are salty. That's just the truth. That's just a fact. I'd be salty. If we had Pep Guardiola and we was getting to 98 points and didn't win the league because Liverpool got to 99, I would be a hella salty. That's Trippier level, says Karl. We can't let Couto go. He can play as a winger too. Gvardiol and others playing right back. City has left back already. He's steaming right now, says Wolves. Kyle Walker is getting old. Absolutely, I think he's 33. I think he's 33 already. According to TalkSport, Chelsea might be forced to sell Reece James. Well, listen, they're in financial fair play difficulties and they need to sell homegrown talent. So they need to sell the likes of Brozier, who I think is homegrown, Reece James, Conor Gallagher. Yeah, they need to get money in quick. Would you take him if you can fix his injury? If you can fix his injury, probably I would. Yeah, but I don't think you're gonna be able to fix. I don't think his body type is. I think he needs to work on his body. Yeah, I think he needs to get like a. I've said this before. If Chelsea have not got a specific nutritionist, physio, doctor, yeah, everything about Reece James's life, yeah, needs to be reviewed by independent experts in their respective fields. Everything he does, everything that he eats, everything that he drinks, how he moves, how he runs, his weight, his muscle mass, everything. Because it's not normal, man. I think the guy's too heavy. I think he needs to lose some of that muscle. Guy's a tank. Yeah, the guy's an absolute tank. Honestly, I think he needs to lose some muscle mass and become a little bit thinner, a bit leaner. Not leaner, because obviously that means you still got, you know what I mean? But just lose some of the muscle mass, man. I think he's too heavy. I don't think Rico's a City player myself. Too light, says Benny. He's still young though. You got to wait until he develops and put some. He's the opposite. He's the opposite to Reece James. He needs to put some muscle on. Think Carlos Borges will ever get a chance now. I think he's been sold as well, isn't he? I think Ajax are getting rid of him, to be honest with you. There you go. Yes, Capone, I'm all good, man. Hussam is one of the main reasons I hate Liverpool, says Red Rie. Why is Saltbridge so salty too? Again, we've done, you got to... Listen, when people are being salty, right, I see a lot of City fans go, oh, this guy's so salty, LB, but you should do this, you should do that. I hate this guy. Right, instead of getting frustrated about it, right, what I do is I try and understand why they're salty and then laugh at it. Why is Hussam salty? I've just explained why Liverpool fans are salty. I understand why they'd be salty. We've ruined the best period in Premier League history. We've ruined it. They won one Prem. And they had no fans there to celebrate it. Listen, that's how salty they are. They won one Premier League and they had no fans there to celebrate it, yeah? Because it was COVID. They should have won more Prems. They didn't. They probably should have won more Champions League, Real Madrid. Yeah? They're salty. That's why they say things, because they're salty. United fans, why are they salty? Why? I'll tell you why. Because Pep Guardiola is now being considered by some, including myself, as the best manager of all time. So their little thing about Sir Alex Ferguson, yeah, is now being questioned about whether he's not the greatest manager of all time. The treble, we've done it, mate. 3-peat, we've done it, mate. 4-peat, never been done before. We might do it this year. Yeah, you got to understand why they're salty. And then when you understand why they're salty, it's quite funny. It's quite funny because you can just see it straight away. You can see every time they speak about it, every time they speak about City, you can just see it salt. You don't believe what you're saying. You're just salty. That's it, man. 100%. LB James takes steroids to recover from that injury faster, like Nice we did. Jeez. Reece James seems way too thick. Big up Wolves says, if City want Pedro Neto fees much closer to 100 mil than 60 mil next season, paid out or be without, says Wolves F1. Well, listen, Pedro Neto's a fantastic player. I don't think he's going to go with City, though. I don't think he's a City-style player. I think he's a Liverpool-style player. I think he's Liverpool-style. If I was Liverpool, I'd sell Salah and get Pedro Neto. I'd cash in. I'd cash in on Salah, yeah, and then I'd go for Pedro Neto if it was me. But I think Pedro Neto suits Liverpool more than he suits Manchester City, in my opinion. Big up, Jim Boy. Just got in from college. Good to see you, man. LB Elise and Neto links must be dead. Yeah, dead. Absolutely dead. 100%. 100%. There you go. Mac Ninja going in. Big. Yeah, pause, man. Chill, you guys. Saltiness is a coping mechanism. Absolutely. Absolutely. Arsenal looking at Neto. Well, the thing is for Neto then, but Neto's going to have a... The thing is for Neto, if he goes Liverpool and Salah leaves, he's going to start. He'll start the games. He'll be playing for Liverpool week in, week out. If he goes to Arsenal, might not start because Saka's there. So it's a question about Neto. Do you want to go and play regular football and play week in, week out? Or do you want to go to Arsenal and battle it out with Saka? Now, to be fair, you might look at Arsenal and go, well, hang on a minute. It's in London. They've got a better squad. I'll go Arsenal. But you might not play every week. Whereas if you go Liverpool, you're going to be playing week in, week out. So depends what he wants to do. Do you know what I mean? And of course, as well, you go Liverpool, no one knows what's going to happen after Klopp leaves. They could fall off. They could fall off. It's a possibility that they fall off and just become a team that's trying to get in top four like Spurs. Who knows? No one knows what's going to happen. I mean, isn't that what they were doing before Klopp? I think Brendan Rodgers got in the Champions League. Let's have a look. So if I get the league finishes up. Yeah, so Klopp, yeah, Champions League. Before Klopp, Brendan Rodgers, not in the champs, in the champs, not in the champs, not in the champs, not in the champs, not in the champs. So history tells us that before Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool were not a team that got in the Champions League a lot. They just weren't. The facts are the facts are there. So I think it's therefore reasonable to suggest that potentially, without Klopp, they go back to that. Who knows? Especially if they lose Salah. You're losing one of the best managers Liverpool have ever had. Plus, one of the players that some Liverpool fans consider the best Liverpool player of all time in Mohamed Salah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tom Little does. LB Champions League returning next week. I'm actually buzzing about the Champions League, man. I'm actually buzzing about the Champions League next week. I can't wait for it. Honestly, can't wait. Yes, Rob. Well, I'm all good, man. Yes, so basically, the plan of action is at 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. UK time, so in 90 minutes, I'm on the main channel. It's LB with Nobbins doing Elbins. That's why we're on the second channel here, because I didn't want to do this on the main channel and then straight away do the other stream. And then I'm on with Football Terrace, Straight Facts, me and Dan Potts at 3 o'clock, 3:30 on Football Terrace. And then later on the main channel, reacting to Savio compilation. We will be there. That's going to be up later on, man. So make sure you come for that one. We're reacting to Savio YouTube compilation. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. But yeah, listen, I'll start bringing this to a close, this debate. Savio, I'm excited about the deal. I think it's a good price, good player. Who knows whether or not he's going to make it at Manchester City? It's too early to say. I don't think we can say that with any conviction, but I hope so. He's an exciting player. He's got good numbers. I think now we really need to dial in the Girona watch-alongs. Yeah, I think we really, really need to dial in the Girona watch-alongs because now we've got a situation where Savio's coming to City. Yankuto might come back to City, and they're a CFG club. So I think we should really start dialing in those Girona watch-alongs. And of course, Girona are on this weekend. Big game. Real Madrid versus Girona, Saturday at 5:30. We will be there. Make sure you join me for that one. But yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap up. Big up to everyone that's joined me today. Please make sure you drop a like on this stream. Make sure you subscribed as well. Really trying to push this more LB towards the 3K subscriber mark. So let's see if we can get to 3K. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the stream. This stream will redirect you to Elbins. Yeah, Elbins. We're live in 90 minutes on the main channel, speaking about Phil Foden, speaking about yesterday's performance, and much, much more. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and I'll catch you later on. See you later.